Daniel Jones has been talked about a lot. We're going to get to him in just 1 second. I want to show you a blind comparison between two current active NFL quarterbacks, okay?
Okay.
All right, guys, put that up on the screen if you don't mind. So I'm not going to tell you who's who.
Okay.
All I'm going to tell you is that these are two active NFL quarterbacks who will be in the league this upcoming year, okay?
Of course.
So, one-loss record. I think we agree an edge to the guy on the right.
Yes.
He's got, 13 more wins, right?
Yeah, a winning record, career-wise.
Okay, so he's got a winning record career-wise. He's got more wins than the guy on the left.
Yes.
I would say completion percentage, that's a scratch. We're good on that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Passing yards, that's a scratch,
yeah,
right?
Pretty similar.
Touchdowns to interceptions, a slight lean,
yes,
to be fair, to the guy on the right. And passer rating, again, which I don't pay a lot of time watching, but it's essentially a scratch, right?
Yeah.
So, before I show you who those two guys are, if I just said, Cody, you're an NFL general manager.
Yes.
And you have to pick one of those two guys. They're roughly the same age. Mm-hmm. They've had roughly the same amount of game experience. The guy on the right clearly has had, thus far, a slightly better career. Is that fair for me to say?
Looks like it, yeah.
So if
just
you're
slightly.
an NFL GM, take money out of the picture for a second.
Yes.
Which of those two guys is your starting quarterback?
I'm going to go with the guy on the right.
I think we all agree,
yeah.
right? We have 50
better
people
numbers.
here in the room. Everybody agrees, right? All right, everybody, we take the guy on the right.
Guy on the right.
All right, here's why I bring this up, and here's why we just did this little mini TV exercise. Mm-hmm. On the count of three, I'm going to reveal who these two quarterbacks are.
Okay.
All right, one quarterback is going to make in the neighborhood of $190 million.
Okay.
The other quarterback will make about $2 million.
What?
3, 2, 1.
Mitch Trubisky?
Mitchell Trubisky has had a better career than Daniel Jones.
Can I take back what I initially said? Can I have Daniel Jones?
No.
Please?
You can't. So now Mitchell Trubisky is your starting quarterback. Said nobody this year.
Wow.
And that's why a lot of times when people talk about why Daniel Jones deserves this or Daniel Jones deserves that, he doesn't. Because he's essentially Mitchell Trubisky, except for the fact that Trubisky has better numbers.
Except one thing that's not taken into account, Daniel Jones does. Now, Mitch Trubisky can run a little bit, but Daniel Jones can do a lot of damage with his legs.
For sure. He had over 700 yards running. He had a bunch of touchdowns. And this is not meant to take a cheap shot at Daniel Jones. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that Daniel Jones reportedly is looking at a 5-year deal in the neighborhood of $190 million. The reality is this. He had a good year last year.
Yes.
He didn't have a great year. He had a good year. But in his best year, he's Mitchell Trubisky.
Okay.
So if I said to you, would you trade Daniel Jones today for Mitchell Trubisky? The obvious answer is
no.
And nobody would say yes.
Not one person.
But the reality is the numbers don't lie. Now, here's what does lie.
Okay.
There's a report that came out a few days ago, and we all reacted to it, that once Daniel Jones switched agencies from CAA, big powerhouse,
big time,
to Athlete Direct, I think, or Athlete First, pardon me, the same guys that represent Deshaun Watson, Justin Fields, etc., that he was making a $45 million a year demand. And we were like, that's bat bleep crazy, right?
Yes.
So yesterday, I was talking to people in the know, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Here's what happened. Daniel Jones at Athletes First never at any point told the New York Giants that they wanted $45 million a year for Daniel Jones. The agents at CAA, I'm told, leaked that story out because they were bitter that Daniel Jones left them for a new agency and they wanted to make him look bad. So they leaked out to some reporters that the guy's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and wants $45 million a year. It never happened. He never made that ask, and he never would make that ask.
Having been an ex-player, now not to the level of Daniel Jones and obviously the level of players who signed massive deals, I don't think I worked with a single agent in my professional playing career that wouldn't have done exactly this exact same thing.
But the problem with that is there's a perception issue here.
Yeah.
The perception is that a guy whose career is not as good as Mitchell Trubisky is making crazy demands on a franchise in which he just threw 15 touchdown passes for. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the end of the story real quick. The New York Giants want Danny Jones back.
Yes.
Danny Jones wants to be a New York Giant. I don't even believe the 5 years of $190 now. He's going to get a 3 or 4 year deal. There'll be some outs and options in it, but he's going to get somewhere in the neighborhood of $30 million a year. The real question becomes how much is guaranteed. But I thought we owed it to Daniel Jones and his agency to put out the truth, which is that at no point did he ever demand or request $45 million a year, because he's well aware of who he is and who he isn't.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you're getting out there, because we're all questioning Daniel Jones's character out of
right.
nowhere.
Like, who are you to ask for $45 million? That'd be like Cody asking for $30 an hour to do this show.
I know, ridiculous.
Totally nuts. Hey there, thank you so much for watching the Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.